Ruger Mark IV is a pretty fun pistol and something that I think that every gun owner should own. I've wanted one of these for a very long time, and it took actually winning one and getting it pretty much for free for me to finally get my hands on one, and I sure am glad I did. This thing is a hell of a lot of fun. Shooting 22 is awesome because, for one thing, it's cheap. You could shoot a lot of it and not really feel bad about it. It doesn't hurt your wallet much. For two, it has very low recoil. And for three, it suppresses very well. And even without a suppressor, it's not very loud. So it's a great pistol for my daughter to shoot, and she has. But it's also a really fun pistol for me to shoot. I don't know why it took me so long to get one of these. I've kind of always wanted one. It's going to be suppressed. It's going to be awesome. Let's talk about it. Today we're out here with the Ruger Mark IV 2245 that I won at the Guffey's Range Day. Free pistol, pretty sweet. I've also got a free suppressor coming for it, so that'll be soon. But man, 22 is fun. Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical. Ruger calls this the Mark IV 2245. And I believe the reason why they call it that is because, well, 22, 45, because it literally has the exact same ergonomics as a 1911. Like, it feels like a 1911 in your hand. Pretty much exactly the same. Same grip angle, same grip shape. It even has the grip panels like a 1911 does. And it just feels the same. It's got the safety in the same spot here. Slide release, although in this case it's actually a bolt release, and we'll talk about that. I kind of feel like the Mark IV is a cross between a 1911 and an AR-15 in pistol form that shoots 22. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute, but it doesn't have a slide. It literally has a bolt. And the bolt comes out the back and looks similar to an AR-15 bolt in a lot of ways. It's not really like your standard Browning tilting barrel action with a slide and a barrel that tilts. It's not like that. It's, it's kind of like an AR-15. Even the trigger group and hammer kind of looks like an AR-15 fire control group. I've never really heard anybody else say that about this gun, but the first time I took it apart, I was like, it's like a mini AR-15. But man, this thing is a lot of fun. So we're going to go kind of deeper into it in a minute, look at it close up, tell you about all the features and stuff if you don't already know. So Ruger is Ruger. They've been around forever, but they're well known for making very high quality 22s. Reliable, accurate. I mean, think the Ruger 1022. That is, the 22 to get. Well, the Mark IV is kind of the 22 pistol. And while there are some newer ones on the market, like the TX22 from Taurus, and, a bunch of other brands are selling 22 semi-automatics that look more like a traditional, striker-fired semi-automatic gun. These kind of look like a space gun, but like an old school space gun, It's got 1911 vibes, but then also space gun vibes. And they suppress really well. And I've got a suppressor coming for this. In fact, I've got two suppressors coming for this. And that's a whole nother story, and we'll get into those in those suppressor videos. But I do think that everyone should have one of these. If for nothing else, because you can go to the range and you can mag dump and just have a great time with it and not worry about ammo cost and work on your fundamentals, and it's just a hell of a lot of fun. This video is sponsored by Aura. Shooting 22 is cheap and brings you a lot of enjoyment. You know what else is cheap and brings more enjoyment to your life, honestly, is Aura. And the reason why they bring more enjoyment to your life is because you stop getting spam and scam calls. And that just kind of lets you relax a little bit. I really like Aura. I've been using them for over a year now. And if you want to try it out, use my link down below, aura.com/sawtoothtactical. And try it out for 2 weeks, absolutely free. It's the best way to support Sawtooth Tactical. YouTube doesn't monetize my videos anymore, so I definitely appreciate that. But Aura does a lot for you. After those 2 weeks, if you decide to stick with it, it's only 12 bucks a month, and they're gonna take care of all of your online security for you. The first thing that they're gonna do is they're gonna go online and they're gonna scour the internet, they're gonna scour the dark web, they're gonna find any data brokers that have your information, and they do, and they're gonna submit professional opt-out requests on your behalf, and then you're gonna stop getting spam calls, you're gonna stop getting scam calls, you're gonna stop getting spam emails. That happens on like day 1. Aura is super easy to set up, it's super cheap, and that's the first thing that they do. But even after that, you get all of your other online security all in one little easy to use app. You get protection from data leaks, you get spam and junk mail removal, you get antivirus software, a VPN with safe browsing, so you don't have to worry about browsing the internet, you're anonymous and secure. You get 3 bureau credit monitoring, you get scam call protection, password manager, home title monitoring, parental controls, and then like I said, data broker removal is the big one. So try it out for 2 weeks, absolutely free, with my link, aura.com/sawtooth-tactical. Ruger is well known for making reliable and accurate 22s. Think the 1022. Well, the Ruger Mark IV is, I don't know, maybe the most well-trusted 22 pistol. It's called the Mark IV 2245 because 22, 45 because it's kind of shaped like a 1911. And you get the same capacity as a 1911. The Ruger Mark IV is just a cool pistol. It really is. Like I said, 22-45. 22 because, well, it shoots 22. 45 because, really, look at this. Like, it is exactly the same as a 1911. You can lay it on top of each other. It's got the exact same grip and ergonomics. Safety in the same spot, just like a 1911. You know, slide release, bolt release, mag release. It is just like a 1911. So if you're used to a 1911, this pistol is going to be really easy for you. And it's going to be easy no matter what. It's 22. It has no recoil. It's not loud. I mean, another thing like a 1911, single stack magazines. So you don't get a super high capacity with it. So you might want to buy a bunch of magazines. But man, these things, like I just had to pick that up off the floor. They shoot out of here. And that's because it's got this spring-loaded detent thing right there that just shoots the magazines out. But it is a very interesting pistol. It kind of is old school like a 1911, but it kind of looks like a space ray gun blaster in a lot of ways too, which I think is very cool. It's got its own style for sure. And this thing is going to be sweet once I get the suppressor on it, which if it is approved as fast as my last one, well, then I should have already gotten it. I certified that 2 days ago at the time of recording this video. So maybe by the time this video comes out, I'll already have the suppressor, but this thing will be suppressed. I won this gun in a raffle at my local shop's range day, Guffey's Gun and Pawn. And I'm getting a free suppressor sent to me. I'll talk about that later too. The optic I already had because when you have a YouTube channel, you end up with a lot of pistol optics somehow. And so this gun has cost me literally nothing to set up except for a tax stamp basically for the suppressor. And it shoots cheap ammo. And so it's kind of sweet because it doesn't cost you a whole lot. Even if you don't win one of these things, even if you don't get a free suppressor, it's still a cheap gun to set up. A few $100 for the gun. You can put any cheap optic you really want on it because it doesn't have a lot of recoil. It's not going to beat your optic up. So you should be able to hold zero. I've got a Holosun 407C on it, which I like this optic a lot. Works great. With a Picatinny adapter because it does come with a Picatinny rail on top. Some of them, the tactical models, even have a rail down here for a light. I'm not going to be using a 22 for home defense, so I'm not so concerned about having a light on mine. But even before I put the optic on, these iron sights are really good. Blacked out rear, nice front sight. I've already chipped it somehow, but that's because I'm just not very careful with my stuff. But the sights work great. The whole thing is really cool. The takedown of this thing is super easy. Button on the back. This comes up and comes apart, and the bolt comes out. And this is why I say it's like a AR-15, mini AR-15. You have this bolt here instead of a slide. And then if you look at the trigger group, hammer it there. It's just, a lot of it kind of reminds me of the way that an AR-15 is put together. And YouTube, I am not changing anything about this gun. It's literally for educational purposes only, for cleaning and maintenance. That's all you got to do to clean this thing. Pop it apart like that, pull the bolt out, clean it. I just ran 140 rounds through it, and it's not even that dirty. That's kind of sweet. These are known to be pretty dang accurate, so let's see if my zero is good at all. So just gotta take my time. Goes back together much like an AR-15 too. Pivot pin, and then the rear locks in. It's got an upper and a lower. Like I said, it's kind of like a mini AR-15. It really is in a lot of ways. It's like an AR-15 crossed with a 1911 in 22 long rifle. And I think it's just cool. Let's see what the trigger pull weight is on this thing, because it's got a pretty decent trigger. So let's check that out. So we're only going to do this once because you shouldn't really dry fire rimfire guns. It does have a magazine disconnect, so the trigger will not work without a magazine in the gun. But just for you guys, let's see what we get. 4.2 pounds. I mean, honestly, not a bad trigger at all, really. I was able to shoot it pretty well. I'm going to get more used to it, and I'm sure that I will be able to be very accurate with this thing. 22 is awesome. It's low recoil. It's not very loud. It's cheap to shoot. This thing has the ergonomics of a 1911. You can mount an optic on the Picatinny rail on top. Threaded barrel for a suppressor, which is coming. And it's just pretty dang fun. The next time you guys see this, it will be suppressed and I won't be wearing Ear Pro. But for now, it's still pretty good. I do really think that everyone should own one of these. If for nothing else, it's a great thing for teaching your kids. My daughter has a couple of BB guns, but she doesn't generally want to shoot my semi-autos. But she likes shooting this thing. The very first time I took it out, she put a bunch of rounds through it and it put a smile on her face, and she shot it really well because low recoil, low sound and concussion is really sweet. But it's not only sweet for your kids, it's sweet for you too. I really enjoy shooting this thing. I've put 200 rounds through it so far, so it hasn't gone through like long-term, testing yet or anything. But so far it's been 100% reliable with CCI mini mags, which are pretty good for 22 ammo, but still, rimfire is not the most reliable thing in the world compared to centerfire ammo. And 200 rounds so far, no malfunctions, which is pretty sweet. You guys saw how I took it apart. It's super easy to take apart, to clean. It's just easy. It's the kind of gun that's just easy in every way, which is really nice. I will be bringing you another video on this soon as I have a suppressor on it. And in fact, like I said, I've got 2 different suppressors coming. So we're going to have a couple of 22 suppressor videos. And I'm probably going to have to build out a Ruger 1022 SBR at this point. Because if I'm going to have 2 22 suppressors, that means one for the Mark IV and maybe one for a 1022 SBR. Which I think would be another fun firearm for my daughter to shoot, and for me. Quiet short guns are awesome. Quiet pistols are awesome. So yeah, pretty soon we will have a video with a suppressor on this, but for now, I mean, it's just a really fun gun, and I do think everyone should have one. Let me know down in the comments, though, if you have a Ruger Mark IV, because this is a very popular gun. This is not new by any means. It's just new to me. But, you know, tons of people have these. They've been around for a long time. You know, there's a Mark III before this. You know, it's Mark IV. Like, it's been around for a minute, this design. But it's a really good design. It's super reliable. It's accurate. It's fun. It's 22. What else can I say about it? They're pretty awesome. Go get one. Well, let me know if you like yours down in the comments, or if you think that there's a better semi-auto 22 these days. I would love to hear from you guys. And all that stuff really helps the algorithm. Liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, because all my videos being demonetized means that YouTube doesn't want to show them to people. And so it really makes it hard for me to grow the channel. So all of that stuff really helps, and I really appreciate it. Make sure you're subscribed, and from Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.